عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Dear brothers and sisters, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep us in the company of the righteous in this world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise us amongst the righteous on the day of Qiyamah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fill our lives with mercy and rahmah, as all of us are in the need of the rahmah and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for the past many years post-Fajr, we have been going through small portions of the ayats of the Quran that we can take back as lessons and sort of change our lives and connect ourselves with the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This year I wanted to go through something really interesting or something more connective to all of us. There's a very beautiful book written by a friend of mine called Munajatul Anbiya. And the word munajat is so beautiful. It refers to not only an ask, but it refers to the call of the Anbiya, or the plead of the Anbiya, or the asking of the prophets, which refers to the ayats of the Quran that are referred to as the prayers or the supplications of the prophets mentioned in the Quran. And the reason why they are so beautiful is that first and foremost, we get the ajr of reciting them as the ayats of the Quran, because for every harf, there is an ajr, there is reward for these ayats, because the Quran mentions, there's hadith of the Prophet that refers to that for every harf there is ajr and reward. And then the Prophet said, I don't say that alif lam mim is one, but alif is one, lam is one, mim is one. So every harf has a reward to it. That's number one. Number two thing with regards to these ayats of the Quran is that dua itself in its essence is ibadat. It's not just dua. Sometimes we feel that we're just making dua. But dua itself is ibadah. It's worship. The Prophet ﷺ said, ad-du'a mukhal ibadah. That dua itself is the essence of prayer itself. The third thing itself is that these dua or prayers, supplications in the Quran, the ayats, are also the dhikr of Allah, which means that it gives us sukoon of our hearts. The times where we are so busy, we're so, the hearts are connected all over the place. Our hearts need sukoon more than ever, right? Our hearts need that contentment. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, "Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub." That lo, behold, the contentment of the heart of the people is in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there are multiple benefits of learning these dua and these supplications. So we begin with the dua, and I guess the word munajat, which means the crying and the asking and the seeking of the assistance of the Anbiya, with the words of Prophet Adam alayhi salam and his wife Hawa. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions to us in the 7th surah of the Quran, Surah A'raf, verse number 23. And I hope that we can memorize these dua along the journey, inshallah, during the course of Ramadan as well. And they say, and it's from both of them, Qala, they both say, Rabbana dhalamna anfusana, wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna min al-khasirin. And of course, many of us have heard this many times, but just very quickly as pretext and then meaning and something to take back home in just 2 to 3 minutes. So as we know that the mistake that had occurred by Adam alayhi salam and Hawa, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions to them that it was shaitan that had deceived them and had taken them towards the wrong path, in which they asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they made this plea. And they asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by saying, Rabbana dhalamna anfusana. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, verily you are our Rabb, and we have wronged ourselves. And that's the first thing, brothers and sisters, for all of us this Ramadan, to admit to mistakes that we might have committed, to present in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because admittance of mistake or acceptance of our wrong is the first step towards sincere tawbah. Until we justify our wrongs, we can never come towards true tawbah. For many a times, all of us justify our wrongs. If it's earning of haram, consumption of haram, looking at haram, we all justify our wrongs. The first step towards asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for true tawbah and sincere tawbah is the admittance that, oh Allah, I made a mistake. That's the first thing that we have to realize. Rabbana dhalamna anfusana. Oh Allah, we have wronged ourselves. That's the first thing that we have to. And then after that, both of them says, وَإِلَّمْ تَغْفِرْ لَنَا وَتَرْحَمْنَا. Oh Allah, if you don't forgive us and also have mercy upon us. Because the forgiveness is not enough unless the karam, the rahmat and the mercy of Allah is not there. Because no one enters Jannah without the rahmat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not our a'mal, not our good deeds. We cannot just become, place it in a way that we say that because of my amal I'm getting this. It's only through the rahmat of Allah. So they both said, وَإِلَّمْ تَغْفِرْ لَنَا. Oh Allah, if you don't forgive us and do not have rahmat upon us, لَنَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. Then verily we will be amongst the losers, those who have lost everything. And the word khusran does not only mean the loss of this world, but the loss of the eternal akhirat as self, right? So again, this is a very compact and a very beautiful dua that we begin this month of Ramadan with, reminding ourselves this Ramadan to seek true forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by the first thing, admittance of our wrong. That, oh Allah, it is us that we might have erred and made this mistake. That we have to admit ourselves, number one. Number two, that we turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not only for forgiveness, but we turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His rahmat as well. Always seek the rahmat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No matter where we are, no matter what condition or situation we are in, always seek the rahmat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And last but not least, have firm hope and believe that Allah will accept our dua. Because when we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is no one that grants more than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the dua must be made with the intention, knowing that my Rabb is listening to us. The heart that is not attentive does not get their dua accepted. So make sure that our hearts are attentive, inshallah. So as we begin this journey of the dua and the munajat and the cryings and the prayers of the Anbiya, we begin with the dua of Prophet Adam alayhi salam and his wife Hawa, by mentioning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran in Surah A'raf, chapter number 7, verse number 23, teaching us a very beautiful dua by saying, Rabbana dhalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna min al-khasirin. May Allah make us from amongst those that find success and rahmat and mercy. May Allah forgive our sins, have mercy and rahmat upon us, upon all of us, and make us from amongst those that are successful in this dunya and akhirah, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah wa bihamdihi. So, कैसे